Hello and welcome everybody out there in Twitch and D&D Land 2, the newest session of the Tal'Dorei campaign. Now, before we jump right into the action, as per usual, we have a few short announcements that we have to make. The first of which is going to be our Patreon. If you want to join this fantastic community and hang out with all of us, either online in Discord or even in some of the games that we will be opening new ones in the near future, you should seriously consider joining our Patreon. If you are looking to turn yourself into a professional dungeon master, I am now looking for more dungeon masters to join the community. We will have a full sit-down process and all of that, where I will evaluate your skills as a DM to see if you are up to that task, where you can join our community and start running games like that as well. That is also an option on Patreon. In addition to all that, we also have a bunch of fun new things that we're doing behind the scenes, one of which I think you're going to enjoy, which is going to be a comic series that's going to be coming out. The comic series is based around my favorite NPC/PCs that I've ever had, and a story that I wrote surrounding them. The players, however, as long as you're a player tier in the Patreon, get to vote for whose perspective each chapter is going to be from. The first chapter is Luna, the second chapter is looking like Lucifer, though Harry and Hedge are catching up very quickly. So, aside from all of that, if you want to support us in other means, we do have media that you can follow us at. Follow, like, sub, all of that fun jazz. And we currently have some sub goals going on, though it's looking like we're probably not going to hit one of those. But yeah, we have a bunch of fun little things going on right now as well. If you're over at the channel, definitely do ! Sub goals to figure out anything else about that. If we hit 30 subs before the end of the month, we will have a puppet show. We have 60 subs by the end of this weekend, which I don't think is probably going to happen. I will do an entire game as a mime, dressed up in full cosplay and miming it. And then at 100 subs, we will have a gnomathon, which is a one-shot where everybody gets to play gnomes. And if they all survive, I integrate them into my games as normal standard races, not monsters. That one is the end of the summer. So. Aside from that, I think that's everything we really need to go over. So, Dorson, why don't you tell us what happened last session?
Well, last session we started, as every good D&D game does, with a 2-hour shopping montage, where we spent all our loot before going to possibly endgame content. Afterwards, during which we met the Masters of Canroth's Blood Hunter organization, and after giving a detailed report, leaving nothing out, they agreed to lend us their ship, the captain of the ship, and one assistant. Do not remember the name. Once the party got on board the vessel, they noticed the captain was a surprising face that they didn't realize was not dead. Harry had somehow survived, despite all the odds against him. Anywho, the party plus Magnum then proceeded to set sail on this Blood Hunter vessel to... No, that was my throat.
Okay, I stand by my statement.
Thank you. To charts only the compass truly knows. There was a loud kerfuffle downstairs that led to several party members assuming certain things. And secrets were shared below deck that I do not believe I should spoil anywhere. And thus the 5-day voyage commenced. I think that's everything.
Or less. Now, all of you did a little chit-chatting inside of the Discord chat, so quite a lot of things have gotten done, and it is on the 5th day that you all are approaching closer your destination. The seas have been very smooth sailing, which is something none of you really anticipate, given how your life usually goes. It's been rainy. The sun's been blocked out for quite a little bit. He's not in the game, so he can't read that. You might want to type it somewhere. But yes, it's been rainy. The clouds have filled the sky, and the sun has been muted for a long period of time. Though for each of you, it's very comfortable to sit up on the deck, even so. It's not a heavy, intense rain. It's just a nice, light drizzle. Now, I just realized that this music is way too quiet. On the 4th day of travel, you all start noticing that there are these tiny little plots of earth in the ocean. Large stone shapes seem to erupt from the water and just sit there, with the waves crashing over and on them very freely, very easily. Harry's being very careful, and it slows your approach considerably. He doesn't want to damage the ship, since this is your only way back, as any of you can consider. Now, who would be up on the top deck?
Kenneroth would be.
Prisser would likely be once again puking from motion sickness.
Alrighty.
Yeah, Yurik usually stays on the top deck just to, enjoying the sun, as it were.
Oh.
Thorzen might be whipping up a thing to help Prissa with her motion sickness.
Sure. And Jimmy, I assume you're probably below deck working on things.
Yeah. Yep.
Then while you're trying to get past all of these large, random blocks of stone, whoever's not working or being distracted by something on the top deck, roll me a perception check.
Second here.
Can I roll, but with disadvantage?
Sure. Prissa, you start noticing that these platforms seem to be severed sections of incredibly large statues. As if they've been grinded at the top and broken off.
Like intentionally grinded off?
Maybe. I can't tell you the intentions of why it is how it is. I can just describe what it looks like.
Do whatever you want, man.
And these statues are on the island?
No, they're in the water, breaking out of it as platforms that you're currently navigating through with the ship.
Ah, okay. Then in that case, can I do a quick history check to see if I can gauge the general time of these statues, so I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, what age they came from?
That would be a survival check. And you'd have to get closer.
Okay, so, well...
Yeah, to discern how old something is a wise thing, not a... Unless you have a book, it's not an intelligent thing.
Okay, yeah, and then mine, then.
Alright. So you all keep moving through them. Very freely. And the rain does begin picking up. Pelting down more aggressively. And then it seems to break. Very suddenly. Going down to little more than a light drizzle. You look forward ahead of you all, and you see these very sharp peaks. These large islands jutting out of the ocean without a beach, with solid stone or shale-colored rocks all around it, and what looks like greenery at the top of them. There are some of them that are only 15, 20 feet out of the water. There are others that stretch over 80 feet out of the water. And as you're looking around at all of these, you begin hearing some music. Ace, would you like to describe what the people on top of the deck see?
Yeah, they see a man with a musketeerish, wide-brimmed hat, long blue feather, and the hat's kind of tacked up on the side. Very thin, probably about 5'8", 5'9", sitting there. And he's singing a song about a servant that is in love with his mistress. And one day he can't find her, so he goes on this journey and to find the one he loves. And at the end of the song, this servant finds this book and just holds the book close and embraces it and cries tears of joy. And upon seeing you, he stands up and he's got a shield on his left arm, and at the top of the shield it says Ace Stormrider, and at the bottom it says World Tour. And in the middle there's a dark cloud with a white Pegasus on it. And in his right hand he has a fine walking cane with a silver object on top that you probably can't see at this distance, and he begins to wave at you.
He looks like a human.
Correct?
There's someone there. Do we trust this?
There you are! I've been waiting for you!
Hello? Who are you?
Hello, I'm Ace Stormrider. It's... How far in the distance are they? How's the vision?
They're about 80 feet away. You can see the vessel itself, but you can't make out details of the individuals because of the light rain and darkened cloud.
I kind of imagined he was on one of the statue islands that you mentioned, and we're just like passing by him.
Yeah,
So we're just going farther and farther
Bye!
away.
I thought he was like marooned on the...
I've been waiting for you. Permission to come aboard.
Yeah? Harry looks at all of you.
Who? I mean, why?
I mean, you
were
are a
waiting
week
for
and a
us?
half late. I expected you sooner, but no worries. It's a marvelous day, and I've dreamt of this moment.
He shouts below deck, "Everybody get up here now!"
Well,
Who are you? I mean,
Ace. Yes, Ace Stormrider. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No.
You shall soon, and we shall spread your message to everyone.
Honorath, roll a history check.
Sure.
Jimmy, are you listening to any of this down below deck?
Oh, I'm coming up. Like, I can hear the shouts.
Yeah, so roll me a history as well.
Actually, quick question: would I have heard of
Nope.
Ace Stormrider? Okay.
Only specific people have opportunities.
All right.
Jimmy, the name sounds familiar. Honorath, the name sounds very familiar to you.
Hold on.
You think
The first name or the last name?
the first name?
Okay.
Well, the name altogether.
All right.
Yeah, the name altogether. It's kind of like a one-word response. And Honorath, you kind of tilt your head. You're like, you know him from your home continent. You don't know him, of course, but you know of his legacy and his travel, his performances at random places.
Why are you out here? He would shout towards Ace.
I told you I dreamt of this moment. I've come out here to meet you. You are a week and a half late. It's been quite a while, but no worries. I've had plenty of time of song and music.
So you just came here of your own volition?
No, I had a dream. I told you.
Oh,
I dreamt of this moment.
I see. Well,
Do you mind if I come a little closer so that we can speak face to face?
uh,
mean,
sure.
Only
I
if you
mean-
keep your hands off your weapons. We've had
I
some
have
bad
no
experiences.
That's fine. I have no weapons. I just my shield with my...
Incite that.
Go for it. Incite him.
Freaking out in the middle of the ocean, no weapons. I call BS.
His body is his weapon.
There it is.
Welcome back, Dorzen. Welcome back.
Covered in weapons, head to toe.
Yeah. He's kind of hard to read. You're not sure if you trust this individual.
Rather than insight, can Prissa just give him a look over
Roll an
from as we
investigation.
get closer to see?
What the hell was he riding on?
A 24. You would have like a boot knife, presumably for like,
Yeah.
cutting up meats or apples while you relax, and whittle maybe if you're bored. But like, it's a recreational knife. It is not a dagger. It is a knife.
And Prissa's gonna see that. I guess the boot knife. I see that.
Yeah.
And she's going to go to, I think, Canroth's close by and say, he's packing something in his pants there. See near the boots.
I
Not
was
that big.
Pris's mind has just gone complete filth over this.
No. She's legitimately like talking about the boot knife. She's
Oh yeah,
just
me and her finished
wording.
Trust Fund at this point.
I know, but considering the things happened over in character, like, so you really need to get your mind off that kind of topic.
No. Look, see, it's the boot knife there. See, he's packing the boot knife.
So, Ace, they
Yes.
kind of stop parallel with your plateau. And they're about 20 feet away from you of a jump.
Okay.
And probably like down 15 feet or so.
Do we need a lower rope?
No. Give me just a moment, and Ace is gonna whistle for Storm.
Ready?
And
And Joe, when we get close enough and before he can like see it, Pris is gonna fiddle with her medallion of thoughts to try to read his surface thoughts. And
And
stuff.
the range of the medallion is 30 feet. .30 feet. So once he gets within 30 feet of you, I will let you know. So I don't think we actually set up your character sheet for.
no, we didn't. Do you want me just to verbalize it?
Yeah,
Oh.
please.
So, Ace whistles for Storm, and this white Pegasus comes flying down and gets ready for him to mount, and Ace dramatically mounts the Pegasus and flies over to the deck and dismounts.
Yurik is looking on
As one
sort of
buff horse, like-
dumbfounded and awestruck.
Whoa.
Wish I had one of those.
Look at you all in the flesh, it's so beautiful and what a wonderful day, and my God, I love it.
The Pegasus strikes a pose on top of your.
All right.
It's a fine mount you have there.
Why, thank you, and it is so nice to see you. You must have been the noble that was in my dream and in my... I don't know, but it's good to see you in person.
You keep mentioning a dream. What? Can you be more specific about it? Like what? How you dreamt of us?
Yes. I mean, my mother always said, Ace, follow your dreams. And I had this magnificent dream of seeing all of you, and Prissa was on this magnificent steed full of strength, and they were charging, and in front there was this giant wolf that was just on the hunt and ready to fight, and she was flanked by this noble on one side, and on the other side there was this very smart, focused man, but his attention couldn't. He was focused. Let's just say that. And in the dream, I was singing, and you guys were coming to this place, and of course, my mother said to follow my dreams, and so here I am.
By the way,
Chris,
Ace, what are your surface thoughts at this time?
Like
Just-
as I was asking the questions and stuff too.
Just beauty, and maybe a small tear wanting to well up in the right hand, just because this moment.
No, like the actual thoughts. Prissa can read your surface thoughts.
Yeah. So, wow, this is great. I love it when these things happen. And Prissa's not. She's coming. She'll get there. She'll get there. She'll end up being what I in the dream, and yeah. So just joy
And praise.
positive and praise. Yeah. This will make a great story.
And you know who
Don't think
Prissa
your mother
is?
meant that literally.
Yes, and oh, I'm afraid I left this part out. So in the beginning of my dream, there was this. I was singing, and it became a duet with this other gnome, and that's what moved on the dream. And some of it's fuzzy, but the important thing is I followed my dream, and here you are.
Ace, can you give me a
yeah.
Constitution saving throw?
Certainly. I don't mind doing that at all.
What?
So, as you are standing there, you feel a presence kind of start contorting your body and causing it to freeze, and you manage to just flex your entire body and keep it fortified. As you look over to the open hall, and you see this very pale skin looking man just holding his hand out toward. I seriously hope you all are not this stupid.
It's just confirm that is Mitch,
Bag.
correct?
Yeah.
Prissa is turns to him and shows that she has fiddled with her medallion real quick and nods before turning back to Ace.
I do not believe so. Dorzen, you would be this docile.
Yurik is just looking on confused. What's going on here now? Are we?
You accept a random person near the destination we are going to onto your vessel.
Well, I thought maybe
I've
you
had
were
some
rude or
precautions set, but he doesn't seem like he could be dangerous.
I don't
yet.
think he's random. I feel like I've heard the name before.
So this gnome you mentioned in your dream, did he look like this? And Prissa's going to minor illusion next to her, Scanlan Shorthalt.
Oh, very similar to that. Yeah. Slightly different age, maybe, but yeah, in general.
She makes it younger.
I think so, but somehow in the dream it was more like there was more. I don't know. Maybe the sex appeal isn't oozing out from your illusion. I don't know.
Flamboyance.
Yes.
Try to make the illusion more flamboyant.
It starts dancing?
It's freaking scary. There's not much
It
more
takes
you
a
can
similar pose as well to
Yeah,
make it, you know.
Yeah. I would say that was the person. I never got the name though.
Jero, I think the tech thoughts is still going on. Does that correlate? Is that right?
Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm reading your surface thoughts. Does that still match up with?
He just
this
said yes.
image? Oh
yeah,
yes.
It
Okay,
still
sorry.
matches up.
I thought that was yes as in confirmation that he heard you.
Oh, sorry.
Mr. Storm Rider, sir, so you followed your dream to us.
Yes. Of course, we should all
What-
follow our dreams. Even you, Prissa. Follow those dreams. Don't let them escape, because that's what
That's
makes the
another
story.
thing. How do you know our name? Her name?
That was the only name that was in my dream, really.
Well, this dream, have you received that kind of dream often in your life?
Oh, yes, I love to dream. I love my dreams, and as my mom said, always follow your dreams, and they lead me where I need to go, and I find great stories, and I bust out in a song and whatnot.
Yes, that's all well and good. I'm just saying there. I
Yeah,
have heard of hags and witches and other less savory types that may be able to influence dreams.
Yeah, I mean, and you were there. I don't know about that
Um,
person over there, but you were here. I'm sorry, I did not get your name. And he looks at the pale person.
that's Mitch.
Ah, hi, Mitch.
Just Mitch.
He just keeps staring at you.
I'm Ace Stormrider. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's nice.
I woke up and just extend my hand to him. I suppose we didn't properly get introduced. Ulrich Falcone.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ace Stormrider, and I look forward to seeing your adventures.
Well.
Yeah, about that. And Dorson just walks up with the hammer. We don't know who you are. You show up in the middle of the ocean where we need to go with a flying horse.
Of course! Doesn't that make a great story? Would it have been better if I met you in port or on the island? But no, out here in the ocean, alone, singing a song of the servant who loved his mistress.
Well, you have to admit it's a bit surprising, at least for. Sorry,
dramatic for sure. Yes, yes. Of course, stories without surprises are kind of boring.
I prefer them. And he heads down deck.
Right.
Mr. Ace, sorry if we come off a bit.
Oh, no, mister. Just Ace or Ace Stormrider or... Yeah, we'll leave it at that for now.
Ace, so sorry if we were coming off a bit prickly. It's just we've had a couple bad encounters recently and in the past, and we're a little bit on edge. So if you kind of try to kill us, she gestures to Dorzen and Canroth. Those two will rip you apart.
Now, it would be would not end up as a good story, but it is those sharp edges and those pricklies that make those beautiful moments of the rainbows shine ever brighter.
Right. Well.
Chris is gonna message Sir Yurik and ask him, Sir Yurik, do you happen to have that one spell that makes people tell the truth prepared?
I was thinking about it, but I haven't had that. Not today, no. Maybe tomorrow.
Alright then.
You really are a long way from Wildmount.
Yes, I'm on my world tour, and he points to the world tour.
On his shield.
Yeah.
World tour.
Wait, what? You know who this guy, Canroth?
I've heard of him. He tends to appear in random locations.
This is about as random as they get.
Yes. I'm just worried. Worried. What's your intention? You had a dream where you met us in this place, and you want to tag along. Is that it, or?
Yeah, oh yes. So my intention is one. I'm always looking for great stories, and whatnot, and follow my dreams. And my intention is to go with you until I'm supposed to. Oh dear, that part of the dream has escaped me. It'll come.
Insight check to see if he's bluffing that one or if he's legitimately.
You could read his surface thoughts. Forgot.
Okay.
Well, do you happen to know why we are here?
I believe you are looking for. Well, that's a little bit obvious. Anyone could have bluffed that one. Looking for someone or something. Oh.
Well, yes, I
Ha,
suppose.
Just
ha.
poke him with the hammer. You're
Poke.
not in a position, funny man.
And I should mention that this hammer is currently on fire.
Is it okay if I pet your horse? What is it a he or
Storm.
she, the horse?
Storm. She. Storm.
Oh, okay. Oh shit, it could be Bastion's girlfriend. But yeah, no, Prissa.
But you have
goes
to
over
ask
and-
her. Hopefully, do you speak Sylvan or something that you can, or some other language that you might? Well, ask her. She'll let you know.
Oh, is she sentient? Or
Pegasus can talk?
No, they can't talk, but they can certainly understand.
Prissa's gonna approach it like how they would approach the hippogriff in Harry Potter, you know, kind of do a bow and see how it responds. She responds, I should say.
What language does Storm know?
I think let me pull them up. I know Sylvan is one of them.
Prissa will try Elvish because, seems right.
Celestial. Oh, Common. I did forget. Common, Elvish, and Sylvan, but they can't speak.
But they can't speak.
Yeah.
Well, except for, I think Pegasus in particular know how to speak. Oh, no, they lack the ability to speak.
You understand it though.
Yeah, they understand it. So, they'll nod at you.
And then Prissa will approach and pet the not unicorn, Pegasus.
Would Dorson have ever met a Pegasus before? I don't think they're from the Feywild.
They are not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, and I forgot to mention it. She has Storm has, I believe it's splint barding on, and a saddle and saddlebags.
One thing too, Jero, as Prissa is petting the Pegasus, she is kind of trying to mundanely make sure it's an actual Pegasus, not something disguised as a Pegasus that, you know, might be like an evil Pegasus horse.
All right, roll in nature.
Mr.
Chris is effectively
Ace?
looking this gift horse.
Was it?
It is a Pegasus.
Could you just ingest this real quick? It might help with your condition. Jimmy's going to hold out his hand with a little tiny blue, looks like a bauble almost, but about
Is he
yay
speaking
big.
to? Is he speaking to Ace?
Yes.
Oh no! I don't imbibe anything.
No,
Water. I like water and food, but
you should probably take some water with it, but I think it might help.
no, I'm okay. I'm okay. You should.
I mean, it's really. I don't think you are. I turn to Sir Uruk probably and go.
Quick question too, from where Priss is at, can she tell if the bottle that Jimmy's offering is the same one they gave to Ilaran?
Bauble? No, this is
A bottle?
no, it's not a bottle. It is a bauble. It is like a small little blue sphere.
So it's a
Take the blue
pill.
pill.
Yeah, it's a pill.
Take the blue pill.
Take two.
Viagra.
And then, Jero, how do I send you a private message?
/W space DM. It'll pop up. Is it this person? You go, yeah, and then you type
Yeah.
it to me
Got it.
with a space after this person.
In Roll20, not this. Not in.
Yeah, I don't look at anything other than Roll20 when I'm running the game.
Which is why we all secretly talk shit about Jero since he doesn't look at these Zoom.
It's all right. The blood
Is
dice
it-
are already out.
DM or GM?
I didn't even say
DM.
anything about that game yet.
No, you
Not
didn't.
letting me-
It's GM.
It's GM? I thought it was DM. No, it goes /W DM
DM.
because I am the player DM. That's why it works.
/
Right.
W, and then it's the player name
Oh,
who you're
okay,
whispering
The
to.
player
Well, you
name
can-
/W
yeah,
space the player name, which is DM.
You can use
For
both,
Jero.
actually.
Or GM for the GM.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's-
W.
He's a little like it's sudden and definitely random, but I think we can trust him not to try to kill us.
Yes, I suppose we shouldn't look a gift Pegasus in the mouth or something like that.
Well, now Jimmy has ideas on where to attach wings on a Dorzen.
Yep, that worked.
I don't see why Dorzen would need wings when he's got me.
Ace, how long have you been out here exactly?
Oh, like I said, you guys are about a week and a half late. So
A week and a half. What have you been eating?
Food rations. I brought some. Silly.
How many do you have left?
About 5.
Have you
Maybe.
drank any seawater?
No, but I do have water,
Okay.
Bard doesn't
and we
drink.
can. I haven't. I have left this rock. I haven't sat on the rock the whole. week and a
Oh.
half.
So you haven't just been sitting on that rock over there for the week and a half?
No, no. I mean, sometimes you need to move a bit, but it's been nice.
Yeah, and he's got a flying horse, so it's not like he's waterbound, basically, or earthbound.
Did you fly out here, or did somebody take you in a ship?
Ship part of the way, and then as close as I, could get one, and then we flew out here.
Oh.
All right. Well, quick question, Jero. Is the ship moving again, or are we still stopped?
Oh, you're still stopped.
Okay. Prissa will turn to Harry. All right, Harry. I think we're good to keep going again.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Bring him where we're going?
Well,
I mean, we
I
can't
mean,
leave them on the island.
We're already
And-
bringing you
He's got a
know.
horse. A
And
flying
we
one.
can keep an eye on him, or he can stay on the boat. But we can't just leave him here either. And I don't think a Pegasus would allow someone with ill intent to ride them.
That's unicorns, Prissa.
So while
I
they're
thought that was
discussing,
virgins.
while they're discussing
That
this,
too.
Harry's just gonna sit down and pull out his little tin whistle and start
Ace?
playing a tune. Yes.
You are not Harry.
Oh,
I mean, you don't know that. He might
No.
be a baron of the shirt.
None of you are allowed to play Harry.
That was my backup character, Jero.
No.
well, anyway, Ace,
well,
just
Yes.
fair warning, if you are intent on coming with us and we allow that, I mean, I don't really mind, I suppose, so long as your intentions are pure, but you may die. We may all die.
yes, and sometimes that does happen. And in some of the greatest and most tragic stories, it happens. And yet in other stories, tragedy leads to strength and beauty and victory.
Jimmy, do you have those
Yeah.
monocles that lock people up?
You mean
I don't-
manacles?
I don't think that should be necessary, but I mean, it is.
I mean, if you guys, well, I don't do manacles. I don't. That's so. What a horrible
Ace,
story. But
Ace,
I would say that you should continue this debate for at least another 15 minutes before you move the ship on.
Why is that?
Oh, because because there was a ship that's gonna pass in about the next 15 minutes, and we should avoid it.
Wait,
That
can
was
you
part
see
of
the future?
No. That was just part of my dream. I'd forgotten that part because it was.
That's
Um,
what
little
people
mundane.
who can see the future do. They like have visions and stuff.
Ace,
That's
if
loud.
will you allow me to delve into your mind real quick? It's just a safety measure for me and my friends. Is this
Would
okay?
you allow me to delve into your mind for a little bit? Or
If you-
Dorzen?
If you had a way to, I would allow it, but this
Or Kanaroff?
So either you do this willingly or I knock you out.
that seems a bit harsh.
Yeah, just relax, Dorzen. Have a look at the. Oh, no, sorry, I'll leave it there. I mean, what can you tell us about this ship, the other one? I mean,
Yeah, you are just you should avoid it.
so
Why?
there is a ship that is coming by us
Mm-hmm.
sometime soon, apparently, that we should avoid.
Correct.
Can you describe
Why?
the ship?
Not really. It was the main part of the dream wasn't, necessarily focused on that ship. That wasn't part of the story. The story was about you and avoiding that ship.
Insight.
Go for it.
Insight
Yeah.
as well, because I figure my detect thoughts is ended by now.
Yeah.
I want to roll insight as well.
While this is
Sure.
going on, Dorzen's just going to grab some binoculars with
Yeah.
Harry and just keep an eye out.
By the way, Scrum, again, sorry for this whole interrogation-y sort of thing. It's
No.
just,
Yeah.
I'm having a
the
blast.
worst time for a random person to show up.
really that kind of random.
I'm ha-
Conoroth, he's on a 17, a difficult person to read.
Jeez.
I don't think it's difficult at all. He's perfectly honest.
Well, when you're intentionally trying to see through any potential mask or facades, either he's telling the truth or he's an insanely good liar. It's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, Ace, how many fingers do I have behind my back?
Is Jimmy holding one hand or two hands behind his back?
I have both my hands behind my back.
That's easy. You have 10 fingers behind your back. Well, 4 fingers and 2 thumbs.
No.
Jim, he's not wrong, technically.
No, he's not. But I thought he could see the future, so I'm testing it.
I mean, I don't know if that was so much the future as because that was in the present. If you asked him how many you were going to put behind your back before you put them, that would be the future.
Oh yeah. That.
Hmm.
And Jimmy puts his hand behind his back again.
Scores and roll
Imagine
perception.
someone-
Continue your.
No, I just imagine if someone were to be able to perceive just the future but never the present. That would be interesting. Anyway,
that would make a beautiful story. Thank you. Did you mind if I borrow that?
Sure.
Oh, love it, love it. He's going to take out his book and start jotting down some notes.
Dorzen.
Tribulations return to this party.
Uh,
I know how the theater works.
This man must be from the...
But he is a bard.
Dorzen. As you're kind of keeping careful watch over the entire area, you kind of see through some of the breaks between all of the different jutted up little plateaus in this area that there is a much more low to sea level vessel that seems to be rounding around this location. It's about 80 feet long in total and only about 4 to 5 feet out of the water itself at any given time. And it seems to have a lot of rowing oars attached to it as well that are in constant motion.
Karim?
Oh boy. Through my history with boats, does this look like a raging party?
Roll me a history.
Yay. 16.
No, this looks like an infiltration vessel that a military would use. Something to be not seen during nighttime because of the dark nature of the hull of the ship and how low it is to the water makes it more difficult to really see it. And since it's so long, it kind of could just be presumed to be a large fish or some type of whale in the water as it moves.
With that 18, are there any like you specified military? Are there like crests, or
No.
is this is like espionage? Like
This
stuff?
is something that wants to be unseen until it is ready.
Gotcha.
There's some Black Ops
We
shit.
got company.
What?
What?
Of course,
Oh,
I'm always good company.
Bad
Yeah,
company.
it's.
Oh. You
I
weren't
mean,
speaking of me,
he's
sorry,
he's random and suspicious, but he's not really bad.
Persa, can you
Well-
send Dr. Professor Yorick to go scout this boat?
She holds up the he's still a horned bunny right now.
God, you did that.
Sorry, I didn't think about changing it because he always gets hit with an arrows or eaten, and it's.
So there is a boat, so we can see the future.
Right. Just be more concerned about the boat right now. I go over to where Dorsen is and have a look at it.
I point out the long boat with the rows.
You only catch like the rear end of it as it is passing by. It's kind of it's pretty difficult to see through all of the breaks in the plateaus and statued rocks.
Ooh, can I estimate how many people could fit on that?
Give me a survival check.
And while you're doing that, Pris is gonna ask you, Dorsen, did you see how if
21.
they saw us?
I mean, given that it's 80 feet long, it could easily fit more than 40 people. And given how many oars you see on the one side and how wide it is, it needs at least 20 people, bro.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
so
as-
anywhere between 21 and 80 are on that boat.
Well, as a good evocation wizard would say, fireball.
Well,
Without the range, unfortunately.
how far away was it?
Very far.
Oh, okay.
You said 15 minutes.
Yeah, that was. And Dorsen, were you talking about this ship out loud, or
Yes.
that was probably the ship he was looking at?
Shiro, with my keen mind feat, would I be able to gauge that was roughly 15 minutes?
Yeah. Or not quite yet. It's around 13 minutes. It's about as that is happening, though, you start seeing it pass by the open area where your rear of your ship is currently facing, and it just, over the course of the next couple of minutes, passes by.
So they've seen us.
They didn't seem to react at all.
I just know that in the dream and the song in my dream that it was a bad thing to come across and it would have ended badly.
Well, thank you for helping us with that. I guess, are we okay to keep moving then?
Persa, unless you can turn the ship invisible, I don't feel safe going anywhere near our destination.
Not quite invisible, but I can make an illusion. Oh.
Are
and,
you positive this illusion is large enough to cover a ship?
If I cast Major Illusion at a higher level, it can possibly cover a ship.
Okay.
Let me put up the spell thing real quick just to see how much the size of
Yeah,
this is.
yeah, because you're gonna need at least
Big ship.
to hide the sail, you're gonna need over 80 feet.
If David Blaine could do it.
Yeah, the only upcasting you can do is 6th level,
Ah,
which causes
shit.
it to persist until it is dispelled without concentration, which is still a really good thing.
Yeah,
But
that's not a bad thing, but I'm just trying to. 'Cause
yeah,
I knew there was some sort of spell I had that could get bigger. I might be thinking Silent Image. I'm gonna take a look at that, but guys, keep going on with your roleplay while I look through my spells again.
there might be a like seeming. No, seeming wouldn't do.
It means people.
Yeah. Nope, that does not upscale.
So yeah, that was the main ship in my dream. I believe it takes the ship a little bit to get going, and so anytime you want to start heading toward land would probably be good.
Right. What do you know about that boat?
The one that just passed.
Yes. I
Oh.
mean, who's on it or what? Anything?
No,
like
I don't
that?
know. My dream didn't focus on them. You guys were the focus of my dream, the main characters, if you will.
And what do we do in this dream?
You avoid sinking by not going to that ship.
Well, that's good.
Then I suggest we keep moving.
All right. Harry goes over and starts getting the ship prepared to move.
Everyone keep an eye out. Just that ship shows up again.
Dorothy, can you lift the anchor for me? The little halfling looks up at you with little arms.
Does this ship have the cranking thing around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has the crank, but like he can barely reach it with his arms up in the air.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me
Doris
help.
will-
And Prissa tries, but she's
anchor.
also trying to reach up.
I'll step in.
Okay.
Just one hand, spin it like a roulette wheel, and it
Yeah,
just
just yeah. The other two are just holding on.
Do you mind if I walk around the upper deck? You can have someone follow me if you want. I just want to see the beauty of the water and the sky. Remember this.
Would you like to keep an eye on him?
I would like somebody to keep an eye on him. Anarath, please.
I can keep an eye on him since.
Prissa, no offense, but I mean, if this guy can see into the
Oh no!
And I can see into his head.
They're
and
just my
if-
dreams.
yeah,
if he
but
tries to-
I think like him anticipating you means he's at an advantage. He doesn't look like he could physically fight Conarath, even if he knows what he's about to do. I don't
No,
think he
Ace
has
is-
a choice.
Ace is very thin. We're talking like Prince, Michael Jackson,
Ooh.
Freddie Mercury, thin, half plate. That's
Harry is
fitted to
treating
him.
this like the Sharingan. You might anticipate the movements, but if you can't keep up, you're still fucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
you brought Naruto into this.
Man, I'm gonna have to bring in a
Now
mug now
the
that only
other
ninja
guys-
runs.
Sometimes physical capabilities are necessary for the game.
Yeah, then in that
Over
case,
magic.
Kenroth would keep an eye on him.
So Ace is just going to walk about using his fancy walking stick, and the top is like a silver Pegasus on top. And
Yeah, that reminds me, Jimmy. By now, you're done the shield.
What's that?
Your shield,
My shield.
My shield.
Yurik's shield.
Yurik's shield. Yeah, I finished his shield and I finished his ring. He's got them both.
Alrighty, Sir
Because
Yurik.
Is he coming in soft?
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Oh.
No, not you, Yurik. Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm afraid. I'm just gonna keep everything as it is.
But yeah, both of them are done and handed over to you. The Ring of Water Walking, I believe, as a special request from Jimmy. This is a temporary one, right, Jimmy? Or
No, this is the
a
real
permanent
deal.
one?
This is an uncommon.
Alrighty.
I mean, it took me a whole 2 days to craft it. It's doesn't take long.
One thing too that I would have done as a ritual every day is for Prissa during our travel is every day she'd ritually cast water breathing on everyone because it's 24 hours and
Alright.
Oh, it's 24 hours.
Yeah, it stays
better
on you for
safe than
24
sorry.
hours.
Oh,
Nice.
just in
Huh.
case Sir Yurik falls in the water in his armor and he's you
Yeah.
know at least he's not gonna drown until
well, I guess I could have been ritual casting it as well then. So I've got it prepared every day. So.
Cool. Between the two of you, everybody can breathe water. Except Ace right now. But anyways, yeah.
or can he?
So, Sir Yurik, you're handed over your shield. I suppose I should type out the statistic.
That would be helpful.
and then show it to everyone so we can be like, oh, that's such a dope shield. I wish we had one.
But does it
Captain
say
America
World
dons his
Tour?
mighty shield.
I mean, he's got a point. Does it say
It does
World Tour?
now.
Oh, shit.
I touch it and it shows any design I want because Artificer.
Sir Yurik's world
yeah.
tour.
Sir Yurik, you can even get that personal request. Whatever you want on your shield, buddy, it's yours.
I got to do Sir York's Universal tour.
I was thinking kind of like a concert logo kind of thing, like Sir Yurik's world tour. Be forgiven or die in fire.
All right, so it's a glimmering shield with well, it's a sort of a silvery base, and it has a golden motif around it that's sort of represents or it's made to look like the rays from a sun just at the end, and at the very center of the front there's a big holy symbol of the Everlight.
So I'm going to message you on.
All right.
He had to make sure that the shield invoked feelings of inferior, like, social status. It had to be silver and gold. Had to be.
Well, I mean, it's that's how the rest of my ensemble sort of.
If it's not ceremonious, it's just not proper.
Yeah. Right. So, does anyone need Does anyone need a shield? I have one. I have a spare one now.
I don't know how to use it, but more protection is
I'll take
sometimes.
scrap. I've been actually needing some additional materials. I kind of ran out, and I've been taking parts of the ship.
Wait, what?
Jimmy,
What?
You've been-
What? That's no. We need those to work.
I can put them back.
Jimmy, I told you ask Harry about it.
Oh no. If we
It's only-
sink.
It's only a few nails and screws. It'll be.
Ah.
You were literally.
I imagine like Mitch or Missy come like walking up. There's a hole in the boat.
It's that bad. He knows how to remove things without them completely falling apart.
He knows how to keep just enough tension in there so it doesn't break.
Yeah, as long as we don't run into any storms, we're fine. We're fine.
It's currently lightly raining right now, isn't it?
It is.
But I'll take the shield. Thank you, Yurik.
Well, I don't mind. I suppose I just thought maybe if someone has a need for it, that could. I mean,
Yes.
it's
Very, very much.
a more combat need, sort of.
I mean, between me, you, and Kanaroth, he's the one who would use the shield.
Yeah. Right. Well, I suppose there you go, Jimmy. It is slightly enchanted, though.
Oh, that's great. That'll probably cut down on some of the work time.
Right. Thank you for this, and the ring, of course.
And as you kind of like put the shield on your arm and just slam your sword against it, you all notice like a shimmering vibration pulse out.
Well, how shimmery is it?
Jimmy made
Noticeably
it so
shimmery?
it probably has sparks instead of shimmer.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's noticeably shimmery. Prissa's gonna go over. Sorry about this. I know you just got it and prestidigitate to make some like dirt and muddy it up a little bit, just to stop the shimmering.
What the?
Sorry,
Stop
it's
that!
just it's because if it's too shimmery and stuff, those people that we were trying to avoid might see us in the distance.
Well, they've probably already seen us. Don't you think?
Well, just in case, and I can clean it up when we get to where we're going.
I didn't really design it with stealth in mind. Sorry.
So where did you get this dirt in the middle of the ocean?
No, prestidigitation.
Can sully or clean. It's not just super bleach, it's also super bitch. I hate that person.
I'll remember this the next time you gain something fancy, Prissa.
That's fair.
I'll have a bag of shit ready to throw at it.
I mean, I did fall in acid one time and lose a lot of my stuff.
Guys, I have a new rogue from the Lyceum. Shit.
No. This is like the graduation day too. It's like, it's my new robes. I'm so happy. And then York stands up, just throws it. Then it just becomes Carrie.
Yeah, fair enough. So, Harry will look over at you, Ace, and go, so, you have any idea what specifically it is we're looking for, or where it is? Because they just told me to come here, and I know this location. I passed by it once or twice, but, like, nothing else.
Maybe when we get a little closer, I might have more of an inkling.
Oh, where does the compass point right now, Yerk?
I was about to say, don't we have the compass?
Yeah, I'm scared of doing that right now for multiple reasons at the moment.
Well, be scared and do it.
New motto.
Be scared, but
Was
do
that
it!
the man?
You use your, once per day?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Once per short rest, you mean?
Once per short rest?
Yep. Well, I have twice.
I love
per
how we
short
all
rest.
thought that was a long rest.
Dude, I mean, that gets way, like, Paladins just got a boost in my mind. And they didn't need it.
It gets really
No,
strong at
long.
later levels.
I thought paladins have it long rest, but clerics have it short rest.
Bullshit, clerics get everything.
Yeah, they're a utility class.
No, they're not. They're DPS.
Yeah.
I do know.
Also heal and defend.
Yeah, they're broken. Thank you for acknowledging. But
Not
yes,
my fault. None of you played cleric.
literally everyone had the option. Literally.
Actually, my backup character is a cleric. I think I'll bring her in.
A cleric of the Everlight walks in.
At the
I'm
end-
here to tutor you, Yurik.
No.
I'm not gonna lie, I picked Artificer, but like I can do everything a cleric does, and that's one of the appeals of it. I can heal, tank, boom, boom, boom.
I could do anything better than you.
I wouldn't say better, but they can do it.
No, you can't.
Cleric is still
That's
better,
okay.
by the way.
Yeah.
Druid and Monk are the two most OP. Ever see a 20 level Monk?
If you're talking 20th level, then it's Monk and Conquest Paladin. Not Monk. It is Druid, only Circle of the Moon, and Conquest Paladin. When it comes to level 20.
And go back and put some of the nails back in
Okay.
while we wait for whatever we're waiting for.
Did any of you use your channel divinities? I'm waiting for confirmation.
I'm doing it.
Okay, there we go. Now, you all keep navigating through as best as you can. Harry's trying to get you closer towards the area that you need to get to. And it's taking a little bit of time moving through all the rocks, being very careful. Dorzan, you're proficient in water vehicles, right?
Yes.
Okay. Harry's going to assist you in navigating through all.
Hooray.
Roll with advantage.
Whoops. For some reason that wasn't set up with toggle. Okay.
Okay, 26. You're managing to get past all of the different rocks and jutted out plateaus very, very easy. You're making it past them with little resistance and you're not really scraping the boat anywhere, even though it is sometimes to the point where you feel like the ship is just barely getting by within inches of anything that would scrape again. Now, as you all get further and further in to this maze of rocks and different areas, realizing your ship is probably just a little bit too big for most of this area, you end up having to stop Dorothy. The ship cannot push any further deeper in. If you go in any direction, you're going to start damaging the hull, and although people have magic, yes, I know you have magic, a damaged ship can only be helped so much before it will.
Drop anchor. As far as we're going on this.
Oof. I don't even know how we got this far inland.
Ozen's really good at this.
Apparently.
Not bad for a horseman.
All right.
Well, I wasn't going to
Not-
say that. That's just not bad.
Yeah, it was actually really good.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Harry offers you a high five, Dorson.
High
Or
five for
low five for you. Alrighty. So, as you're all sitting there, Harry starts getting you all together as you have no other choice but to lower the rowboats into the water. Go further in.
Thankfully, Dorzen doesn't need a boat.
Right? There are a total of 3 boats. You all can discern how you want to be on them. Who's rowing? Who else is on it with them? Anything you would like.
Is
Before we-
he staying on the boat?
Hell no.
Harry's definitely should stay on the boat, but should we? I think we should leave Missy and Mitch here because if those people come back and they find the boat, Harry's gonna need someone that can keep him safe.
Then he can rely on Missy. Mitch is walking up now.
Well, I guess I will see you guys on the shore, and I'll follow you. And Ace is gonna mount Storm, or get on top of mount Storm. Not fly off yet, but waiting for them to lower the boats.
So Dorson, you just jump over the ledge, start hovering over the water. Chris is on Dorson. What's everybody else doing?
Climbing into a rowboat.
I'll take the oars in one of them because I got the strength for it.
Yeah.
Because it's
I mean,
either that or I'm just jumping from place to place because it's strength score plus 10 for me.
I mean,
Oh.
quick thing, couldn't technically we just leave a rope with Dorzen and whoever's on the rowboat, and Dorzen can literally pull the rowboat where it needs to go?
That's not exactly safe.
Very not
Because
safe.
waves.
Mhm.
Dorson can definitely keep your momentum going, but if someone's not controlling the boat by rowing it, it's gonna go poor. And Sir Yurik, if you want, since now you have that ring, does that ring require attunement? I
No.
believe so. No? Okay. You can walk on water.
Yep.
So it's just Conaroth and Jimmy.
Jesus, you're right now.
Why did you?
What
No.
about Mitch?
Hallelujah.
Is Mitch on the boat?
No, Mitch is gonna fly.
I'm actually just sitting in the rowboat because I'm not used to.
What?
walking
You don't
on
want to?
water.
You don't want to pilot Jimmy's new invention? Yurik, come on.
I mean, I don't need to.
One thing you always have to ask yourself is, has Jimmy killed you yet?
But how close has he come to it?
But have you died, though?
Let's
I'm
be honest.
sitting in the
you're-
rowboat
you're
as
people
a
easy,
sort
yeah.
of so if someone were to attack us and try to throw me off, I'll just be bouncing on the water and just
All
I
right,
mean, it's
Even
kind
get
of like-
wet.
I mean, with Jimmy, it's kind of like that one question about the guy who always sleeps under a knife under his pillow. He's always paranoid until that one night.
When he's not.
so Conaroth, you are rowing with Jimmy and Sir Yurik. Conaroth, just give me a strength check.
Strength check.
You have to, not roll a 1. All right, 20. You're not keeping up with everybody else, but you're managing to get over the waves pretty easily. Unfortunately, with everybody else's magical capabilities or companion-like capability, it's not much of a contest. Dorzen, you're just trotting along, hovering over the waves very easily, with Prissa on your back.
Boy, if I didn't have these horseshoes, it'd be really hard having a horse stand in a rowboat.
Honestly, I would have paid money to see that.
I mean, it would have been kind of funny.
Would have been. I kind of wanted to destroy them back when you were in the temple, but whatever.
Thankfully, magic items.
Well, no, the temple, it could destroy magic items.
Unfortunately, you
The-
could still hover over acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, as you all keep moving through there, Doors in, give me a survival check with advantage since you have the compass.
Woohoo! Right.
15.
Can I assist on the survival?
That was already with the compass advantage.
Right, but Yurik is quite good at survival. I'm just saying.
I keep forgetting I can cast guidance.
Yeah, you keep forgetting. So, after about 10-15 minutes of searching, yes, Sir Yurik, you can just use the shield as its static bonus.
Alright.
After about 10 minutes of you navigating, you look up at one of the plateaus as Mitch yells down to you. Are you having difficulties finding it?
Have you already found it?
No! I'm just wondering how many more spell slots I have to waste.
You could wait in
What's
the
a
boat.
spell slot?
You have those.
Jimmy,
Jimmy.
the only difference between me and you.
We're still looking.
Go ahead and do another survival check.
Sit in the boat.
Cast guidance on myself.
There you go.
$17.
Still not having very much luck finding it. Mitch ends up just flying down to the rowboat, sitting inside of it.
So what exactly are we looking for, Dorzen?
You were there for it, Jimmy.
Technically, Alarin's the only person who actually saw it, and he had to describe it to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Some kind of gateway.
Wait, let's ask the future guy if he knows. Ace! Ace! Do we find this gate?
Should we speak on land?
Is there land?
Is there land?
there's plateaus people can climb up to, but there's no actual just
Okay.
juds of land. I mean, like, with a 17 survival, if you wanted doors in, you could find one that's only like 2 feet out of the water.
Then he'll just fly down on Storm.
We're looking
I'm
for
sorry.
like some type of gate thing. You haven't seen that in any of your, have you?
Not really a gate. Not that I can remember. Let me.
Maybe it's not an actual gate. Maybe it's like a entryway or access point or like a tunnel or and he just goes on.
Let me think on it. And he's gonna pull out his journal and start going through it. See if anything.
Roll an investigation.
Jero, I'm trying to think of where a natural entryway might be. Can I make some type of check for the vicinity that we're in to think where such a structure might occur in nature?
Survival check.
Survival? Alright. I love it.
Could I use my grim psychometry to figure out what this area used to be?
No. So you could roll a history.
I'll take that, yeah.
I'm gonna flash my genius to make that a 20. I was going for a nature check, but I'll take any check. We're not finding it.
Ace, unfortunately, there's no more real information. Like, you know that there's an archway, but that was the end of your dream.
Okay, cool.
Jimmy, that's a +5.
+5, 20.
Usually when it comes to mazes, they have one of two purposes. Either it is to get to the very center of the maze where there is something hidden, or it's to get through it to the other side of the maze. But given that this is something that is trying to hide something away, you're presuming that you need to keep aiming towards the middle location. And the water seems to be pushing you in that direction. It's just knowing the right avenues to take, the turns, the twists, everything like that. It's a very elusive thing. But you know, like, you don't want to go too far out. You just want to go more towards the center.
Okay. I call out then to Prissa and Dorzan. We probably want to go somewhere towards the middle.
I figured the same, given what I'm seeing so far.
Then I rolled a 18 on history.
You do not recall anything about this location.
That was a low roll.
And when you try your Grimm's psychometry, you get nothing.
One thing too is while Prissa is writing on doors and stuff, she'll pull out the Ioun stone that Lauren had given her to hopefully help. And then she would like to say a quick prayer to the knowing mistress, just asking her to assist in helping them, or her and her friends.
That's a reach.
Are you attuned to that item, Prissa?
I kind of debated on that one over the boat ride.
What are you?
Yeah, you know what? I think
Did you put anywhere that you attuned to it and lost something else? Or all of this happened and I asked that question?
Okay, no, I didn't put anything about beforehand. But I would have, if I was going to attune to it, I would have unattuned the Pearl of Power to attune the Ioun Stone.
Alright.
But if you're not going to allow me to have it attuned already, that's fine.
You could take a short rest if you want to. It's just
on a boat.
We're on a small island right now.
Dorzan.
Yeah. They found it. Like, you could still short rest on a boat. You're not doing anything, or on a Dorzan. Like, you can just relax. It just means you're not really doing that much strenuous activity.
Yeah. So I guess. So I kind of had to step away for a little bit. What did I miss after the?
Dorzan's been looking for 20 minutes. Mitch has gotten into the boat because he's tired of wasting all his spell slots. And all of you are currently trying to figure out how to find whatever it is you are looking
for. Ace is gonna on Storm not fly up too high in the sky, but kind of fly along the horizon, and I want to scope around, fly around, and kind of in circles, getting wider and wider, and seeing if there's any changes in that item I talked to you about. Like if it gets stronger or weaker.
As you get higher, weaker.
Okay. And if I go north or east or west?
Roll a survival check.
Do I get any more sort of sense of direction from the compass? I'm still holding it.
You do. It doesn't give you a sense of direction. It points a direction. But the problem is, this is a maze. You can't, like, just follow the proper direction because walls will stop you from entering those locations.
Yeah, fair enough.
However,
I was gonna say that with Prissa's keen mind, she would help keep track of where they're going, where they've been, and stuff. But that was a good survival check.
Yeah. Ace, on a 30, a near impossible task. You slowly descend closer towards the water, and you start realizing that the maze has a pattern to it. As you flew up higher, you kind of saw it between all of the different rocks, and your vision kind of like crossed your eyes to get that hazy look, and it starts writing calligraphy words all around as you kind of look at it like that. So now you know you just have to follow the sentence to get to the end. And that's just how your mind works.
He can see the future.
I keep thinking now of the Dragon Ball Z abridged people that can see the future.
Goku's the strongest in the universe, but he still doesn't do shit.
All right, cool. I'm gonna fly back and say, I think I have a way. We just need to follow the notes, the song, the rhythm, the words.
Like a
How high are you right now?
Magum rolls his
about
eyes.
20 feet off above the ocean? 15?
Do you mean like a pattern?
Yeah, of course, yes. You want to follow me, and I will.
Don't want to say I want to kill him,
But
I
you
certainly
can
do
think
not
it.
wish to save his life.
Well, given that new information that Prissa got, can I make some sort of intelligence check to see if I can discern the pattern?
On the ground?
Oh, yeah, that'd be a little hard.
Yeah,
That's
it's
literally impossible.
yeah. Can't just think harder to figure out things. You need new information to do. You
Unless
know
you're
there's a
Winnie the
pattern
Pooh.
now, but that's the only new information.
Well, I guess since I can't really do anything to help, I'll just be attuning to that iron stone, which I should have done beforehand.
Alrighty.
So we're following Ace, I guess.
Ace and Compass. Compass and Ace.
I have to say it. Ace is a place with helpful hardware.
You know,
Awesome.
Jimmy is going to think harder to solve this problem.
Okay.
Flash-
Yeah, I seem like Winnie the Pooh.
yeah. Think.
How can he see?
Brain blast!
But
I
anyways.
mean, if we were to wait a day, I could prepare a spell for tomorrow that would help us, but I would still need an item from where we are going.
There's
We
not
haven't-
enough time.
We haven't failed, and yeah, we don't have
Yes.
that luxury. We need to keep trying to get to this place.
It's we just need to go this way. It's
Yeah, follow him.
Fair
Follow
enough.
the horses, I guess.
Oh, there it is. The fruity place.
So, Sir Uric, Jimmy, Honorath, and Mitch are all on a. And Mitch is just going to be talking with you, Conorath. Really don't trust him. I do not believe in coincidence.
I agree. The fact that he knows so much might be someone is pushing him this way. Or something.
Well, I shouldn't necessarily assume that that is a bad.
Well, it depends who is pushing him.
Well, yes.
My assumptions have kept me alive this. I'll trust them.
Fair enough.
Jimmy smiles, seeing Mitch confide in Canroth.
Yeah, just Mitch is making new friends, Jimmy.
My friends are becoming
you-
intolerable of each other.
You're such a proud parent right now.
The two most questionably aligned members in all of your history, Jimmy, are actually getting along. Honorath's not a bad guy. You're not sure if he's evil, but he's definitely not a bad guy. He might be good, but he's definitely not a bad guy.
Yeah, that constant blood on his hands doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. No offense, Sir Yorick. We know your alignment. But anyways.
Yeah,
Yep.
lawful.
True evil.
as you all continue following after Ace, you start realizing you start moving in like large looping circles, kind of going backward and then forwards and up and around and causing these loops where you kind of like pass by a few times. And all of you are starting to like, we've passed by this place just a few seconds ago. Now we're going to continue move. Okay, then.
Does this feel like cursive?
It's calligraphy, so it's worse.
It's ancient
Well,
cursive.
with Pris's keen mind, so I keep bringing it up in this case. Given the pattern, would it start to look like maybe the symbol of Ioun?
Roll me an intelligence check, Pris.
Ah.
You're trying to keep track of it in your mind, but your mind just doesn't see it that way.
Gotta draw it.
So, after traveling with Ace for another hour and a half or so, eventually you come across a single island. It is about 15 feet out of the water, though the top of the island is shrouded by a large canopy of stone, almost like a hat over top of it.
What's the reverse of an oasis?
Now, as you approach closer towards it, you do take note that there are scribe marks inside of the stone all around it. This entire island as it moves. Though you cannot see any entry point or anything like that, Ace, you have reached the end of the sentence. Period.
What a beautiful story. Just kind of miss up a little bit. Well, here we are at the end and the beginning. Right.
What do the scribe marks say on the stone as we get closer?
Oh, you approach it?
Well, I would
If it's
assume we
scri-
are.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if we were on the little island yet. I thought we were still on the boats approaching it. But once we get there, Prissa would also approach the scribes.
Okay. So Conaroth, everyone on your boat is approaching. Dorzin, are you approaching with Prissa?
Yes.
And Ace, I assume you're approaching?
Yes.
Dorzin, Sir Yurik, and Jimmy. I need the three of you to give me charisma saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
My favorite.
Does my Fey ancestry come into play?
Not for this.
I'm going to use my
Oh, shit,
human
Jimmy.
determination and give myself advantage.
Oh
No. Roll. Does human determination give you advantage, or does it allow you to re-roll? I always forget that.
Let me just bring it up here. So, yeah.
With advantage.
Okay, cool. I always mix it up with the fighter ability.
yeah, Indomitable
Yeah,
is
yeah.
after.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's with
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration on this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's a
Use
doors
my
and roll.
Indomitable on that.
You could if you wish.
It would probably do the lower roll.
I have a quick question, Jerry. Is this something that Prissa can notice?
No.
Out of okay.
Oh, I can know if I failed before I use Indomitable.
You failed.
I will use Indomitable.
Okay. At this level, a 12 will fail almost every time.
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, it's. I don't. Why?
Those
I
are all
don't know.
divisible by 6 or 4. 2.
Well,
So,
like.
as you're all approaching, Ace. And Ace, you notice for the briefest of moments, Sir Yurik and Dorzin both close their eyes, nod their heads, and then they open back.
and that was Sir Yurik and Dorzin that did that, right?
Yes.
Sir Yurik, do you mind if I get a little closer? I just want you to show me your wonderful shield that you just had made. I want to get a closer look, and if you could tell me a little bit about it.
Sure. Let me just get out of the boat.
You're still surrounded by water. It's a large plateau, so you have to climb up there to get to the top. Oh, wait, you can walk on water. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah, I walk up to him and show him the shield. What are you
Can I do an insight or a perception to see if there's anything different
About him?
in
Roll an
his-
insight.
about him?
His eyes are slightly like fogged over. But he doesn't seem different. His eyes look slightly fogged over. Though his personality seems still mistrusting, but very noble, and gracious. Yeah, it's like bards. Expertise is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, it is.
Sure. So this is a shield. I first, I commissioned it from from my temple after we had returned from a trip to what's the name of it again? The Riffinus jungles. Is that it?
Well, we got it from the dwarves, I think, the albino ones.
Oh yeah, near the Stormcrest Mountains. We had acquired a few ingots of primordial fire, and I thought it would make a good shield. Jimmy just finished it.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's
yes, I agree. I'm very, very satisfied with it.
gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Jimmy, you did a great job on this. I will have to sing your praises in a song.
I mean, it was kind of a rush job, but yeah, it turned out great. I mean, there were no complications. The church did a decent job starting it out, but they didn't really focus too much on the aspects of the arcane side. He goes into details for a while.
Well, I suppose that's to be expected. Yeah. Anyway, are we making any headway here?
Oh, yeah, I believe so. We should probably, like I said, this is the end and the beginning, so we should probably see if we see anything.
14. Prissa, you go over towards this large pillar, and I'll call it what it is. It's a monolith. And as you start reading over it, trying to discern any specific qualities, you kind of get lost in all of the names that seem to be signed into the rock. Notably, you notice one name in particular that kind of causes you to stop looking at anything else. You see Scanlan Shortholt inscribed into it.
Oh, is Chris investigating the rock? Because I said I was doing that as well.
Yes, go ahead.
But that's how can that be? I don't understand. That's what Pris is mumbling as she's staring at that name and then kind of going over the other names. And actually, other thing too, has she potentially heard about the other names or maybe read books?
On a
written by the other
14,
names?
no.
Okay.
Rolled a 2. Dang it.
As much as you are looking for other things, your mind is kind of trapped that Scanlan's name is on it. You know, your fangirl definitely. However, I think now that we're all here, we can go ahead and take our break.